But I really don't feel like I had those dreams a month before for that reason. I really felt that those dreams were strategy.
Welcome to Grief City.
Don't know how we ended up here. Blue sky, sunshine, it was all clear. I'm surrounded by all my worst fears. Yeah, it feels like a ghost
And
town.
remember, if this is your first visit, you are not alone.
Hey, and welcome to the Grief City podcast. I am Nuella, and I am happy to have you here. And I'm also sad because I know when you're watching something about grief and loss, this means you have likely lost someone that means a lot to you. So whatever brought you here today, I'm so sorry, but I am glad you're here. So we are kicking off the second season of the Grief City podcast. It has taken me an eternity to get to the point of kicking off this season. And I think that really comes down to because this season I have just wanted to hit topics that have been some of like the most challenging things for me to walk through in my grief journey. And some of these topics are heavy, some of them are just really difficult, and some of them are going to be fun and light. But those heavy and challenging topics have had me honestly just terrified to share. But I have wanted to share some of these stories for a long time. And while I wish I would have had the courage to share them sooner, at the same time, I'm glad I sat with these things for as long as I did, because I think wisdom comes from that. And it's just so important to work through those emotions and work through those things. Because when I share in this podcast, I want it to be encouraging and life-giving. And while the topics we cover sometimes are difficult, like death is a very difficult and sometimes very, very dark thing to talk about, I still want it to just be encouraging to those of you that are listening, because grief is just such a challenging thing to navigate. So life lately, well, in the fall, I got in a car accident that I genuinely did not know. As those cars were coming at me, I did not know if I was going to make it out alive. It was terrifying. I almost had 2 cars collide into me head on while I was at a dead stop. But thank God only one of them collided into me and they were not moving that fast. So I had some injuries. I have some wrist pain and back pain still, but the car got totaled, but we had, the blessing of a new car, and I am okay. And that is the most important thing out of it all. So after that, like a week later, our dog actually passed away and had undergone what's the splenectomy? That was the surgery. He had that literally the night before I got in the accident. And then a week later, on Thanksgiving Day, womp womp, so cool that it was Thanksgiving Day, he passed away at 4 a.m. He just couldn't, his body just wasn't healing. And we found out a couple days later with his test results that came back from the splenectomy that he had a really aggressive cancer. So it sucked. I'll probably talk about pet loss in another episode because it's definitely a valid form of grief. But yeah, a lot of life has happened since, and I'm just grateful to be able to begin sharing about all this again. So in today's episode, I wanted to talk about dreams. Dreams played a really big role for me in like early on before my dad actually passed away. And a lot of my life, I've had a lot of vivid dreams. And it's not all the time, it's just different seasons of life. I'll find myself dreaming a lot. And I am that kind of person that like has to write it down when I have it in the night or I'm going to forget it. So, my dreaming seasons are usually very exhausting because I don't get a lot of sleep because I'm waking up, writing them down on my phone, of course, and then the light is just waking me up even more. And it's just, it's a little cycle. But dreams are very important to me. And personally, I have found in my life that when I have dreams, especially like vivid dreams where I'm remembering so many things or like really strange, particular things that would not happen in normal everyday life are happening in those dreams. Dreams have been a way that I feel that God speaks to me and I feel that He gives me direction for things and almost strategy a lot of times. Some people get like warning dreams, like about something concerning that's going to happen. And I have had those before, but most of the time, my dreams just feel like God is speaking something and giving me guidance for an action plan, I guess, for whatever's going on in life. So I think it was about a month before my dad actually passed away. He was in the hospital at this point. He got sick. My husband and I went up to visit my mom and help out with things, and also to start going to visit my dad. I had two really vivid dreams at that time. So, like a month before he passed, he was doing okay. Like he was starting to get some progress. I think he was on the ventilator at this point too. But he was doing all right. But it was just that tough thing of like, he wasn't, he was sedated. We couldn't talk to him. He was under and on the ventilator. And so at that time, it was literally the first night we got there to my mom's place. We were sleeping on these crappy air mattresses, and my sleep was terrible, but that's besides the point. I remember waking up and I had this one dream. And so that first dream, my dad and I, and a person that I know that at the time represented like health and medicine and like wellness to me, was in this dream as well. So it was my dad, this individual, and I feel like my husband was a part of the dream too, but I can't quite remember. But basically what was going on is we were in this RV and we were traveling. I feel like we were I think it was like out west somewhere, like in Arizona or something like that, where it's really beautiful and rocky and like a desert kind of landscape. And in the dream, we were just traveling and just having an amazing time. I remember I think it was towards the end of the dream, we were like grilling outside of the RV. And my dad was just laughing and so happy. And that was kind of the dream. Now, this dream wasn't anything super weird and out of the ordinary. I mean, the person that we were in the RV with, other than my dad and I, was not someone that I hung out with or anything. But the thing about this dream to me that was so powerful was my dad was well. He was healthy again. I think even in the dream, he had like lost more weight and he was just thriving. So I took this dream as just a strategy of how to pray for him, but also it just felt like a sign from God, like, hey, your dad's going to be okay. Like, he's going to get healthy again. And I think that person in the dream representing wellness and medicine was a huge aspect of that to me. And also just being in an RV, traveling, it's like adventure, having fun, thriving in life. So that dream was really comforting to me. And while we were at my mom's place, staying up there, I had had a second dream. And this dream incorporated that same person that represented health and wellness and medicine to me. And then it also incorporated someone that I know that represented worship to me. And just praise and thanking God for things. And so in that dream, these two people got married. And I was like, okay. And when I woke up, I told my husband about it. And we both felt like the best interpretation of that was just that medicine and worship were coming together to be strategy for my dad's healing. So I just took that as, hey, there's doctors taking care of him, nurses taking care of him, there's medicines he's getting. And my part is to show up and pray and worship and thank God for his healing and for him getting better. So those were two very, very vivid dreams I had that brought me so much encouragement. So much encouragement. When I lost my dad, every single day I felt unmotivated and stuck. Sing text helped me gently move forward, and it gave me a small sense of purpose each day. Singing has always been therapeutic for me, but after loss, it became essential for my mental well being. Getting a daily text with my guided vocal training reminded me to take 15 minutes to do something good for myself. Singtex is my company, and it's also what makes this podcast possible. If you love singing and you want support for your voice and you want that creative outlet in your grief, Singtex is here for you. Try it with a 14-day pass for $5 at singtexofficial.com. See how your voice feels and see how singing can support your healing. So, of course, my dad did not make it out. He passed away about a month later after those dreams. And, I had, there was someone I'm like Facebook friends with. I don't even know who they are now, to tell you. I didn't really know them that well. But their father had gotten COVID, kind of the same story as my dad, just shortly before my dad got sick. And I remember seeing her post things, and I remember her post about, I think it was like the night before he actually passed away. She posted about like a dream she had that he was healed and he was okay. And then, the day later when he's passed, it's just like devastating. And sometimes you're like, wow, I hope that doesn't happen to me. This is so sad. And it did happen. And it's just, I guess I bring that up because the dreams are just so interesting, because she had a dream where, I don't know the details of the dream, but she had a dream where her dad got better and he healed. And the same for me. But that didn't happen. Not here on earth. Some people will interpret it as, oh, that means that it was God showing you that he was going to be healed and healthy in heaven. I even had someone comment that on a TikTok video where I shared about dreams before. And I think that's like really well meaning and very sweet, but I don't think at all that that is why I had those dreams. Maybe it is, and maybe I will never know. But I really don't feel like I had those dreams a month before for that reason. I really felt that those dreams were strategy, and I still feel like they were. But, I don't know why things transpired the way they did. Anyways, that's, we're getting into faith, and that's another topic for another day. But after my dad passed, I've not really had like many dreams at all. I've had a few where he's in them, and in those dreams, he is a lot of times just smiling. He looks younger. There's sometimes where he looks like how he looked before he passed. Most of the time, he looks younger, and most of the time, he's like smiling. He looks really content and happy. Not like a creepy smile. Because I feel like I have to preface that because every time I think of this, I just think of that movie Smile, which is like a horror film. And when they're smiling at you, that means like it's game over for you. So, anyways, in my dreams of my father, he looks happy. He looks content. And yeah, I just don't, unfortunately, I don't have too many dreams of him anymore. When I do, though, it's just, it's such an incredible feeling. I love it so much. It's so comforting to wake up and know you saw your loved one in your dreams. And you wake up and you wish that it was reality still. But it's not. And I think sometimes those are just like little moments of encouragement to help you keep going, to help you keep moving forward and living life as vibrantly as you can. Before my dad passed away, I think it was like a month or two before. No, it was like 2 or 3. Gosh, my timeline is just not the best after all of this stuff. But like 2 or 3 months before he passed away, I started working on this song production that was like this fun, like dreamy pop vibe. I loved it so much. And at the time, I finished the production, almost finished it. And then, and I should say, like, usually I start with lyrics and melody, and then I add a production to it. But this was not the case with this song. And I was so excited to write to it. I had started like melody ideas, rough ideas, but I just hadn't done lyrics yet. And originally, I wanted to write this song about just like my relationship with God and my love for Him, but make it a pop song. And then my dad got sick, and I hadn't touched it since then. And then when he died, I just feel like I could not write about anything else but grief and loss. So I picked up this song again several months after he died, or maybe it was a month. I don't know. My timeline's terrible. But I picked it up after he passed away. And I had loved the track so much. I'm like, I don't want to get rid of this. I want to use it still. And I was like, you know what? I want to write about this love I have for seeing my dad in the dream world and getting to feel like he's here when I close my eyes and I dream about him. While I wasn't having tons of dreams still, it just felt so special to write about that because if you could just, when you have those dreams, it's just like, if I could just stay here and never leave again and just, not wake up, and not in like a dark way of like, I want to die, but I just don't want to wake up because I just want to be here with you. Because in this world, like, you're here, you're with me. But when I wake up, you're not. And so I wrote a song, or I wrote lyrics to that song. And I actually released that song just a couple weeks ago. And that song is called Floating in the Clouds. And the song's just all about that, kind of that back and forth of like, I want to find you in my dreams. I just want to go back to sleep and see you here, because when I'm dreaming about you and I'm hearing your voice or I'm seeing your face, it's just so, it's like magical. And it just feels so incredible to see you in this dream world. So I put out this song, Floating in the Clouds, which is the first track off of my project, Good Grief, Volume 1. And yeah, I was so excited to share this song. And if you've ever dreamed of your loved one and then you are brutally awakened with the reality of, they're no longer here, and you're just living in that bittersweet feeling each day, I think this is a song that will really resonate with you. And I wanted to share it here in the podcast. So let's listen. Blurry, maybe it's my worries. Don't be distant. If this song resonated with you, put it on your playlist, share it with a fellow griever. You can find this song on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere that you stream your music. But I hope that you and I both have lots of dreams of our loved one and lots of vivid dreams. And we just get to see them smiling and happy and safe. We'll talk soon.